So today I want to talk about a hot topic right now, a delicate topic, but one that is very polarizing. I don't know why, but I wanted to add my 2 cents on the matter because there is objectivity with this, just blatantly. And yet it seems as though America has so lost its way that for some reason we are excusing the lawlessness and the rioting that is happening. So, in the last month or so, Minneapolis has been a hub of issues, maybe a little bit more than a month, but, anyways, there has been large scale fraud. There has been the Renee Good, and then this new dude, the nurse guy, Preddy, or whatever, all within a month, all within Minneapolis. And there are similar demonstrations, literal whistleblowers across the nation and major cities and metropolitans currently that are against ICE deporting illegal immigrants out of our country. And the whole notion, this whole dystopian reality that we're living in right now is illogical, and it's insane that we're even here. Regardless of how hard it might be for us to swallow the truth of the matter, we have a epidemic of illegal immigrants in our country right now, and we need to get them out. It is one of the major factors that is single-handedly destroying our economy with fraud, with uh, healthcare and benefits handed out by the government to these illegals that they do not deserve it. Those are programs that should benefit people that need it, that are citizens. And yet they are taking up all of our resources. They are fraudulent. They are illegal. They are morally corrupt. And also, from a biblical worldview perspective, they are also bringing in their gods. They are bringing in their cultures. And the sheer amount of them here is diluting the culture and the general conception of America as we know it. So I would like to say that America is in terminal health. We need radical intervention. We need to remove or destroy two major factors that are a cancer for our nation right now. Number one, like I said, the foreign bodies, the foreign virus, which would be the illegal immigrants. Numbers that I hear are somewhere in the realm of 10 million during Biden's regime, and even more so in the last couple decades, up to, say, 30 million illegals that should not be here. And I understand the hard moral and ethical questions that are asked when there is this discussion because we are talking about real people's lives. But they came here illegally. They shouldn't be here. And there should be objective, black and white truth with that. We need to get them out. regardless if they have kids, regardless of their situation, they need to leave. And we're even giving them paychecks to leave to self deport themselves. So if they're still here, even after us literally offering them money to leave, then it is on their own accord and they bear the fruit. They reap what they sow. If you choose to stay here and not take that incentive, then when ICE comes for you, that's on you. And as terrible as the foreign threat is, I would say, what is potentially even worse, in my opinion, is the internal threat. That is the woke liberal crowds that are literally impeding government officers from doing their job and fixing the problem of illegal immigrants being here. They are stepping in front of them. They are doxing them. They are stalking them. They are recording them, whistleblowing, getting in their way of them being able to do their job. This is a hive mind virus, a woke liberal craziness. It's like BLM all over again. We are soft on crime with these people, and one or two people die, and the media is freaking out, and the left is freaking out. What do you think is going to happen when you're impeding officers from doing their job? And also, ironically, after the fact, well, let's take it one at a time. Number one, this Renee Good, whatever. Um, First of all, she was a lesbian, so she was already confused. Let's start there. Then she tries to impede government officers from doing their job, ICE. And then she tries to literally run over an officer, and then people are surprised when she gets mag dumped. To me, I'm not surprised. And I've also got the stomach that if there are some crazy, evil people that are trying to stop justice and righteousness from happening, they chose their destiny. If Renee Good was still at home and not out in the streets impeding federal officers, she would still be alive. But instead, she chose to literally be crazy publicly, impede officers from doing their job, and now she's dead. So is the nature of a situation like this when our populace has gone so crazy, both with foreign bodies and internally. And I think this needs to continue and even ramp up even more, not necessarily killing, but we can't back down because they're crying about X, Y, and Z. We have to be strong enough and have the stomach for this to actually continue the mission and not stop a year in just because one or two people died. So that happened, and then so now we're jumping to this other guy. I think his name is Preddy or whatever. Apparently, they paint him as a nurse. They say that he's this great guy, blah blah blah, whatever. Days ago, and then within the last 24 hours or so, video footage is shown of him literally spitting and kicking government vehicles. This is not some good guy, some outstanding citizen. He is literally assaulting vehicles, destroying property, government property. He is not only acting a fool on the streets, again, impeding officers, whatever. He is doing this with a firearm on his person. And so this is days before, and then he continues. He continues to go back out and continues to feed into this, continues to impede officers, and then again, people are surprised when he gets shot. There needs to be a consensus, and the consensus was actually stated. Trump was reelected because the populace, demanded mass deportation. That was probably one of the biggest selling points for Trump's second reelection. Americans wanted mass deportation. And yet, you know, there's so much to be done with so many foreign illegal immigrants here that, don't get me wrong, are stealing, are criminal, are destroying our culture and destroying what is good here. They are taking our resources, they are taking what should be ours, they're taking space, they are a net negative. Compound that with the confused liberals that want to advocate for these people, and the immaturity and the lack of logic is wild. Literally in the title, illegal immigrants, and yet you want to protect them. Illegal immigrants would not protect you. They are out for their own good. And yet, because you want to seem as though you're a good person and you're virtuous, you're going to advocate for people groups that would not advocate for you and probably want your ruin. The Somalians do not care about the liberals. They want to take their money, they want to send it home, they want to buy their own stuff. If liberals were being persecuted, Somalians would not be out in the street. And yet, we have blue hair liberals and more literally protesting. That's the light end. And then what they also say is protesting, which is not protesting in a manner that they are impeding what is happening. Put them in jail. Arrest them. And as the temperature rises, Trump needs to not back off. We need to bring in more. We need to support with the National Guard, not in the hundreds, in the thousands. We need to shut down the cities, shut down the rioting, shut down the protests. We need to ramp up deportation. That is my stance. That is my view. And I don't know why that is so contradictory nowadays. We have strayed so far from the truth. Kick out the people that don't belong here, and the people that get in the way, put them in jail. That's the moral of the story. I guess we'll see what happens.